What's going on, everyone? Today we're talking about our AFL 2024 season predictions and preview and some football in it. Thanks to Keelan.
Oh,
What's going on, everyone? We're here with episode number 96 of the Stormin The Beach podcast, talking about all things great and garbage from our sports viewing this week. What's going on, fellas?
Honestly, I'm just happy we're back to real analog cans.
Yeah, you're
it's a
welcome.
nice touch.
Thank you very much for purchasing a aluminium sealed beverage.
Mm-hmm. You're welcome. Is that some slightly sweeter notes I hear of Matt's voice this week? We've fixed up his audio, so for listeners' listening pleasure.
Yeah.
And hopefully we won't have to
Proceeds to not say much.
just listen to Matt's breathing for most of the episode.
To be
Hopefully
fair,
this fixes that somewhat.
we used to have your breathing when we were, recording with these microphones as well. So we'll see.
In person. This is true. That could have been, debatably, that could have been snoring as well. we weren't sure.
We'll never know.
He was having those micro sleeps that are so dangerous when driving.
They're so
They'll
efficient,
get
though.
you.
Mm-hmm. Better than these lousy macro sleeps. But what's going on?
I read The Hobbit more.
Oh yeah?
Met Bjorn. Not Bjorn. Yeah, Bjorn.
Yeah.
Bjorn. Yeah, without a J.
But Bjorn.
Bjorn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he seems way more interesting than he does in the movies, which is wild because...
Yeah, he's a lot less weird in the book.
Yeah, well, he's just a regular dude, Gandalf's got this plan to, make sure he doesn't meet 27 hobbits all at once. He's just a guy that wants his own space, isn't he?
Pretty much.
So, yeah.
Pretty much.
But yeah, no, that's going well. I have no complaints.
Excellent.
Nice.
Matt, what's been happening?
Not much.
Excellent. The more things change, the more they stay the same, I guess.
Just not much in a different postcode, innit?
Yep.
What's going on with you, Mr. Isaac?
Thanks for asking, Keelan.
No worries.
Yeah, not a lot. Not had the best of Mondays. Had a pretty poor start, but we'll get to that in Butcher of the Week, so don't skip ahead. Monday's notoriously not the best day of the week anyway, but had a pretty bad start to Monday, so all up from here, I guess.
He hopes.
Matt,
Yo.
have you been continuing your comedic pursuits?
I have.
You have any more material for us?
Yes.
Why are you going to say it like that?
I don't know. I can't not give one-word answers. World's worst podcast.
You're famous for saying not much, a 2-word answer.
Yeah, no, I got some stuff.
Have at it.
Fuck, do you want a drum roll, dude? Go have a crack.
No, it'd be nice. I don't
I
want to
don't have
ask.
that. Wait, hold on. Let me
Okay.
just put a pencil on it.
Do the thing.
Pen in it.
Welcome to the stage, Matthew Jurassic.
Oh, thank you. How we doing? It's good to
Oh, shit.
That was
So
really loud.
It's so loud every time. God.
I'm so sorry, Matthew, if that put you off.
No, not at all.
It was.
I didn't mean to do that one. That was an accident.
I've never heard that sound in my life.
Yeah, these are the built-in ones on Riverside. Oh,
No, all right, let's go.
the floor is yours.
Dude, do you remember in high school, the kids that would play video games, you know, everyone considered them to be like a nerd? So, you know, you got your dorks and stuff playing Pokemon. But then by year 10, at least during our lifetime, everyone was gaming. Even the, you know, the popular kids, if you will. And when Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, everyone took the day off school to play it. So, like, in the future, only the fat, ugly weirdos are going to be walking around with AI girlfriends, you know, the AI porn generator 5000. But then give it like 5-10 years, and even the chads will crack. Everyone's going to be out there with their AI girlfriends.
Please no. Stop painting this dystopia.
Was that just like a doomsday prediction, or was there a joke in there?
It needs work. But I don't know. I thought it was funny. I saw this dude going by the other day on like one of those electric bikes, and dude, it's pretty tough. It's like you can't look cool on one of those because say what you will about cyclists, but when a guy's fanging it past on a bike at 40 k's an hour, yeah, you got to respect it. That's a human being, like, generating 40 kilometers of speed. But when it's some dude sitting upright on a bike, not pedaling, kind of gay.
Oh, hear me out. The Trek Fuel EX is a very cool e-bike. The main differential being you have to pedal to get the power.
Oh, you got to pedal the charge.
No, you got to pedal, and then it assists your pedaling.
Ah,
They're the good ones. Just for the knowledge. And like $12,000.
Dropped a friggin' truth bomb on us about e-bikes and dipped.
A little bit of a sore spot.
Yeah. He's going to go downstairs quickly and stroke his bike and say it's okay and then come back.
Maybe he's got a pedal to keep his computer running.
The bike operates the same way as his house. God damn.
I'm actually furious.
I don't know if we should wait or not. No,
what do you
we'll
mean
keep it
you should
going.
wait?
I guess we'll keep it going.
Hello?
No, it's tough because you think everyone has their own reasons and motivations or whatever, but almost arguably the best part of a hike is suffering to get to the top of the hill because then you feel incredible about yourself. And I feel like that'll get taken away if you're struggling up a hill on a bike and some guy goes past you and he goes, oh, you know, don't envy you.
Yeah,
and,
geez, that looks hard.
Yeah, and he reclines back, you know, little screen pops up on the handlebars, starts watching porn, pulls a 4X out of the cooler in the back. It's like, well, mate, what are you even doing at this point? Why even come out?
You're, I feel like you're definitely right. I feel like it's the suffering that makes it worth. It's the bad times that make the good times. If you're just cruising on up a trail, then
yeah,
you know, it's not the same.
Well, imagine going out on the boat, you, me, and Zach pulls out the Fisher Rod Mega Man 5000, and it just auto reels, hooks, and catches the fish. and he's just sitting there eating chips.
Oh, God.
And after you've caught nothing, he looks at you and goes, "Oh, mate, you're struggling to catch." And it's like, what if you haven't done anything?
He's just sitting there yoinking fish out. Or he just rolls up and throws like a stick of dynamite in the water. Comes back.
Oh, man, he's still in here.
Killing can apparently see us, which is excellent.
Brutal.
It's funny because he's not
pedaling fast enough.
Perhaps he's not even on the people list for me.
No, me either. How bizarre.
Very bizarre. I have to probably leave and rejoin.
Yeah, could do that.
And we could just continue.
Yeah.
Maybe this will be the good part, or maybe the bit coming up will be the good part of the podcast because this bit will suck. Here he is.
I'm very disappointed.
Oh,
Welcome back.
hello.
Hello.
Did you hear our jokes about you not pedaling fast enough?
Yeah. That's not what I'm disappointed about. I'm disappointed that my internet is actually fine. Because every
Same
time
as
I
last
allege
time.
drop out, I do a speed test and it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to leave a ping test running next to this window. And when it shows absolutely 0 dropped packets, when we drop out on this, I'll be sending them a grumpy email.
Fair enough. Critique on Matt's minute.
Shit.
Might need a bit of work.
He didn't even seem like he was happy to say it.
Yeah.
Where's the effort? Be happy.
Yeah, where's the energized zing at the end? Get the crowd rolling.
I need a shtick. Try to imitate someone more successful.
Yeah, like Bo Burnham.
Oh,
Yeah.
with no musical ability.
Well, at one point, Bo Burnham had no musical ability. Maybe like at age 4.
What you want to do is learn an instrument. How will that help my comedy?
Makes sense to me.
You could learn a funny instrument like a kazoo.
Slide whistle.
Slide whistle, yeah.
Pan flute.
Played after every joke.
You could learn concerning hobbits on the pan flute.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool.
That'd probably do good numbers.
That'd be sick.
Kill at the supernova. They love it there.
If you want good numbers, you just got to pick a instrument no one has heard of or can pronounce. So something from like Eastern Europe.
Is it too late to make your own instrument?
No.
Probably not.
I wonder if the guys at Big Instrumental have some thoughts about that.
Well, as long as you get it patented, I mean, like, what are they going to do?
True.
They can
Depends
buy
how
the
much.
patent off you and you can just roll in the cash.
Do you reckon there'll ever be a new instrument? New instrument drop?
I hate that question.
I mean,
As the
there's a
music
lot of
expert
years
of
left,
the
perhaps.
podcast, I think you're pretty aptly placed to answer it.
Yes. There will be new instruments.
That's pretty cool.
I don't know. They've put electric strings on a lot of things already.
Yeah, but what's the next big development after electric pickups, you know?
Electric drums?
That's already a thing. Grow up.
It is?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Fuck, you need to hit the internet.
Things are probably circle back, right? And go back to acoustic.
Oh.
Well, look,
Acoustic keyboards.
They're called pianos.
Pianese.
Imagine a metal ukulele. That'd be kind of cool.
Are we talking fabricated from metal or like playing Metallica?
I don't know.
It fabricates metal. I hate this. Can we move on?
Keelan, what's your favourite instrument?
Drums.
What's your second favourite instrument?
Guitar.
Ooh, a harder question.
No, it's easy.
What's your favourite
Dozens
drum?
more.
Snare drum.
Journalism at its finest.
I mean, you can ask me something else if you want.
Least favourite thing about a recording session?
That's a tough one, actually.
Yeah, good question.
Having to pay for it.
True.
Yeah, fair enough.
And there's a lot of sitting around when you're not the one doing the thing. So,
A few
you have
more
to put up with everyone else.
acoustic songs being dropped, or
Yeah. Because I play drums acoustically.
a bit more Salty Season stripped down?
No. Absolutely not.
All right, should we get to Butcher of the Week?
We could, and I'd argue that we should probably put ourselves down for the first 15 minutes of this show.
Certainly.
Oh.
We'll blame you for not pedaling quick enough to power your computer.
When do we find out about Isaac's very magnificent Monday?
I mean, it's in
Shortly.
the outline. He already fucking said, dude. Oh, this guy. Dude.
But he didn't say the thing. Did he?
What thing?
What?
Do you want it to be unofficially sponsored Super Butcher of the Week? Is that what you want?
Yeah, no, don't worry. Disregard.
Disregarded. Keelan.
Consider it disregarded.
I assume you've got the first nomination here for Real Madrid.
Why do you assume it's me?
Either Matt's lack of Butchers of the Week in past, and
No, that's all I wanted. That's all I needed.
don't know how much he's paying attention to Real Madrid.
That's what I was fishing for. The first one, that is the so Real Madrid were playing Valencia. And as a football game goes, you start the game with a whistle and you end the game with a whistle.
Sounds correct.
Right. So when you get additional time after, because of stoppages and everything,
More whistles?
it's up to the referee's discretion when to then end the game. Generally, they'll end it after the last attack has finished.
Paint the
Like
thirds on.
after the extra 9 minutes or whatever, you know?
Yeah. Put the third lines on.
Yeah. And so, Real Madrid are playing football and such, they've been doing it for quite some time. And the game's all drawn up against Valencia. And the whistle goes immediately before a cross goes into the box, and then a goal is scored. And the goal is not allowed because the game is over. And all the players surround the referee and are going, "Hey, give me the goal." That's Italian, damn it. Matt, do a Spanish thing real quick.
What does
All right,
that
cool,
mean?
good enough. And so the game had ended. It was not a goal. The game ended in a draw. And then Jude Bellingham says to the match official, "It's a fucking goal. Look, the ball is in the air. What the fuck is that?" And he got red
Excellent.
carded after the game had ended.
Oh, nice one. Well done.
Yeah. So
Now, some might argue they only scored because the other team stopped playing defence. Because the game had
exactly.
ended.
The whistle had gone, dude.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
got to
yeah.
play the whistle.
Play the whistle.
Welcome to under 16s, dude.
Excellent.
Tough bickies.
Fair enough. I like how the nomination went to the Real Madrid players and not the official for ending the game while the ball was being crossed into the box.
You listen to it. The whistle goes, then the dude kicks it. It's not the official's fault. The official was aware that it was a packed TV schedule, and they were just trying to
get through to the next
crack
one.
along to the next thing because the viewership's important.
Fair enough. All right, my butcher for the week for a poor start this morning. So I had a portable aircon unit set up in the window here of the bedroom here because it was pretty quote unquote humid last night. And I was like, okay, let's put this in. Was good enough to cool down the room. Lovely. Decent-ish sleep by my standards. Wake up.
How many hours we're talking?
6 maybe, 6.5. You're right.
Sorry, I had 8.5 and I was tired at 2 p.m.
That's my secret. I'm always tired. Anyway, alarm goes off. I get out of bed, go to grab the shirt that I left on the floor to chuck on to take the dogs out quickly. And I grab the shirt and it's wet. I'm like, that's weird. Wasn't wet when I was wearing it last night. And I certainly didn't sweat through the mattress onto the floor onto this shirt. And then I take like an additional step past where the shirt was and the whole carpet is wet. The little plug in the back of the air conditioner was not plugged, and therefore the aircon was dripping onto the carpet all evening, which was just sick. So, little quick trip to Bunnings before work, get one of those, floor fan things, pay for that, drive back, and it's just been going all day trying to dry the floor out. The bottom third of, half of Sam's dresses that were in the wardrobe were wet from, absorption from touching the floor. And probably used conservatively, 15 towels to try and mop up most of the water that was in the carpet. So I've just had the dryer running all day.
Fucking hell.
Not a great start. Certainly didn't put me in the best mood. I wasn't, skipping downstairs after that.
I can semi-relate. I keep a towel behind my monitor here because my aircon is immediately above it. And one time there was water underneath my laptop, so the towel lives there just to stem the bleeding sometimes.
Smart move.
But that's tough bickies.
Yeah, not a great start.
I'm sure the rest of the week will be up from here.
The week's got to get better because we're only 3 sleeps away from AFL.
Oh,
pretty good.
Not bad.
Nailed it. That's one for the watchers, all 4 of you.
Flip over to the YouTube for that. Don't miss it.
I understand though. I do not video podcast.
Grow up. You have YouTube Premium, mate. You can lock your screen.
Yeah, it's just I can't ask Siri to play it, and I like to start driving. Like I drive to the highway with music on, and then once I'm cruising, then I can really pay attention to the potty.
I see.
So
interesting.
Yeah. I've got a strategy.
Fair enough. Matt, any butchers of the week?
No.
I'll have another crack.
Okay.
Fox Sports in the US.
Oh, right.
What'd they do?
So there was college basketball immediately before the NRL.
Yep.
And it ran overtime.
Oh.
And so they moved the American NRL broadcast to Fox Sports 2 or whatever for the first game, the Manly game. Even though they've spent a lot of money on it or whatever.
God knows how much.
So,
yeah.
college basketball. I don't even think it was Bronny, dude.
Probably not. Probably not. But it is March, so I don't know.
Madness.
Sort of makes sense.
Yeah.
This is March.
Yeah.
Yeah, not
It's
a
March
not a
from
great
McCrag, actually. You don't know March from McCrag?
No.
Oh. It's a Warhammer thing.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, any
That's
movements?
the reaction I was actually hoping for, if I'm honest.
Any movements on the list?
No. 0. I didn't even have. I actually watched the NRL on the weekend because
So did I.
I watched it with 2 Harrys.
Wow.
Crazy. And
Wild. Where'd you find 2 Harrys? That's nuts.
Yeah, right. And so it was the Roosters game we watched, and it was on KO. I didn't have a problem with KO in any way.
Mm-hmm.
Wild, doesn't make any sense.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right, should we get on to the main event? The AFL season preview. This fucking guy.
Bit of a misfire.
How do we kick him?
No, it was intentional. Yeah, sorry.
Press a button.
That's just because I'm excited.
Excellent. I like that because 3's too many. 2's perfect.
That's why I stopped it halfway. It was 2.5.
They always do. They always do 2 just before the game starts. So lovely.
There we are.
Thank you. Now
That was the 10-minute get to your seats warning, though. So we still got 10 minutes to fill.
I see. Back to the Hobbit. What else you been reading about?
I didn't read as much as I wanted to this week. I'm really disappointed in myself.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
I forget, are there ginormous bumblebees in the book, like in the movie?
I don't know. How do you pronounce his name? Bjorn?
I think it's Bayonne.
Bayonne.
Yeah.
So he has bees. He keeps bees.
Yeah.
And they eat nothing but bread, butter, and honey for 3 days and become fat dwarves again. But I don't remember them describing the bees as
Enormous.
extra large.
Yeah.
You know.
Fair enough. And, the movie did seem a bit silly how they all just sort of rush into his house and then everything in his house is just bigger for some reason.
He's a big man.
Yeah, but why is everything else bigger? Like, I get that the things that he would use. Why are the insects bigger? What's going on?
Well, that doesn't make any sense. And then in the book, he gives them ponies and 1 regular sized horse.
Yeah.
They're not any bigger.
True.
Oh, well.
Perfect. All right, so long wait is over. Footy season is upon us. We're going to do pass marks for our teams for the season, some ladder predictions. Each of us has a hot take for the year and a mortal lock for the year. And then we'll cover, a bit of general goings on of player movements, some rule changes and other AFL news before we get to tips out for the boys for opening round. And
I'm very excited to put tips in for the AFL again.
Long-awaited return of shoe-in of the week and snag baggers.
Who will drink the concoction this year?
It was so bad last year. It was awful.
That's what the guy that has to drink it's always going to say.
If I never have to drink it, then I'll just think you guys are weak.
Oh,
yeah,
it's true.
It's all about.
Mine literally had like tuna juice in it. It was oily.
And I think about that every day. I'm really sorry.
Yeah. I haven't smelt the shoe anytime recently, but I can't imagine it's good.
We might need to refresh it with a new one for this year's drinker.
Commissioning you a new trophy.
No, the trophy can stay, but just a different shoe to drink out of.
Maybe a croc.
You'd have to fill every hole with a gibbet just to make sure you could drink out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
And then you can just have like one where you pull a gibbet out of the end, so it all comes out of that one hole like a cork.
Oh, you shake it up and then you pop one gibbet and then it goes.
Terrible.
Yeah, sick, innit?
All right. Pass marks for the season for our teams. For those watching, Keelan's got his El Clasico Hawks Guernsey on. Matt's too far in the pits of despair to wear any North Melbourne merch. And I have my son's party golf shirt on.
Well, to be fair, Matt is sitting deep in NRL territory.
This is true. Yeah.
Behind enemy lines.
Very much behind enemy lines. He'll be ridiculed if he says the words AFL too loudly.
There's a few fans around here, which is good to see.
Pretty sure they're allowed to fire you from your job out there if you say you like AFL.
Yeah, mostly Lions supporters. As you
I mean,
can
it makes
imagine.
sense.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. All right, Keelan, do you want to start?
I can.
What you think pass mark for the Hawks this season would be?
Look, finding a pass mark for this team, this young Hawthorn team, was difficult, but also quite interesting. I think this is a team that can play really enjoyable and competitive footy. But last year, often got outclassed by more experienced teams. Given that they finished third last. So I mean, the math lines up. Ultimately, I do think this group is still growing, and I don't want to be too hard on them for results. But that being said, I would like to see them push for a much better result than last year. So more than 7 wins is the very baseline, but that's not what I think the actual pass mark should be. I'd love for them to. I like setting aggressive goals. I go for 9th, 10th ish. And you'd be looking at 11/12 wins based on last year for that. That being said, the start of the year is tough for them. Very, very aggressive start of the year, except for the Bombers game. If they're definitely gonna win one out of the first 5, it's against the Bombers.
Mm-hmm.
Which is round 1 though, to be fair. And then an aging Cat side in round 3. So look, they could take 2 out of the first 5, and then I think the fixture is a little less aggressive for them after that. But yeah, the first 5 rounds are tough. They've got the toughest first 5, I think.
Yeah, I think
and
from
the toughest overall. So
yeah, from memory, multiple sites that were ranking the schedules for the year had the Hawks as the hardest fixture overall.
Yeah,
so,
they are forgetting to factor in the Launceston factor though.
True. Yeah, true.
Yeah. But yeah, so I'd aggressively 11 wins is the pass mark.
Oh, high hopes.
No, actually, you know what? I'll split the difference. I'll just call it 10.
10 wins.
10 wins.
So 3 more than last year.
3 more than last year, and I also think I said 10 wins was the pass mark last season. So let's run it back. Yeah, I've got that number in my head for some reason.
For those who may have forgotten, the draft just about went through us. West Coast getting the wooden spoon, but then it went North, Hawks, Gold Coast. So very, very much involved in the draft.
So we got collectively we got everyone but old mate Harley.
Yeah.
So not bad. And look, the Hawks have traded for some, picked up some talent. in Ginnivan and getting Gunston back, and obviously Cholly. So the forward line on paper is lovely. The midfield kept improving last year. So look, anything can happen.
Who knows?
We do.
All right. Matt, did you want to go next?
Sure.
What does
I think
North
it'd be
have to
good
do?
if. What's that?
What do they have to do?
I think this is completely fair. It would be good if they won 4 games.
That would be an improvement from last year.
It would be an improvement. They've been the wooden spoon 2 out of 4 years. Maybe more. I can't remember.
Rough stretch.
Yeah. So I think to just win 4 games, avoid wooden spoon, that's a pretty good pass. That's a sign of good things to come.
Now, North last year went 3-20, the same as West Coast, but beat them by 20% for for and against. Luckily,
yeah. And that's data manipulation at its finest.
Fuck off.
West Coast were barely a team, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
So they are not both 3-win teams, if you know what I mean.
Oh, you're saying it's data manipulation, not in your favour.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not a good look.
Yeah, bad look.
I think the worst bit that people forget is that North won their first 2 games of the season.
They did.
And then went...
Under Clarko.
Yeah, under Clarko as well, and then he, disappeared for a bit, and they went 1-20 for the rest of the games.
It's pretty hard to steer a ship without the captain.
I feel like they won a game they really no one tipped as well at the start of the season.
They beat...
Was it not like a Geelong?
No, it might have been Adelaide or Port or Freo.
They beat West Coast, and then they beat Freo in Freo, I think, in week 2. Yeah.
Huh.
That's when hopes were at an all-time high.
Yeah. And then
Anything
last
seemed
round
possible.
of the season, they capped it off well and beat Gold Coast in Hobart.
Oh.
Pricks. Yeah, good fair pass mark, I think.
I think so. I think it's fair.
If you're not improving, then you're just going backwards. And
it certainly feels like it. Welcome to my life.
I think a pass mark can't just be to do slightly better, but I think this is a bit more than that. It's the 4 wins, but also clearly avoiding wooden spoon again.
You are.
I think. Sorry.
No, you go. No, you go.
If they head to wooden spoon again, you dissolve the team. What's left? What's the point?
just send them to Hobart at that point.
Yeah. Well, a 1-win improvement might not seem like much, but you are asking a 33% improvement, right?
That's huge.
Massive. I've asked for less than that. Wait. No, I've asked for about that almost as well. Yeah, it's
that
slightly
is
less.
Insane.
But yeah.
Not quite as big as what, Coles and Bullies jacked up their prices, but 33% still a pretty big improvement.
Someone's been watching Four Corners, eh?
So North 4+ wins, avoid wooden spoon. It's a pass mark, and not by the skin of their teeth on percentage alone.
I wonder if 4 wins will be enough to avoid it.
I don't know. 4 wins is not a lot of wins.
Because 3 for West Coast last year is clearly an outlier, right? Like you got to think.
You'd think so. Looking at the team list changes, there's not a lot of improvements on West Coast lists, unfortunately. So I don't know
No.
how they get more than.
They've had some retirees.
Yeah, like you should win more than 3 games, obviously, in a season. But
They've got Tyler Brockman now, though. He's exciting.
I don't know how. When they've lost, quickly rattle off Shannon Hearn, Nick Naitanui, and Luke Shuey. 3 of their better players for a very long time. So, I don't know. Good luck to North. Not last. That's what we're aiming for.
Last was my pass mark last year, so how good.
Just trying to get some consistent achievements here of not last.
Just some feel-good football, huh? Wow.
Yeah. Now, for the Suns, pass mark this year is that they have to play finals. Probably a bigger ask than people might think. A lot of people are saying that they should. Dimmer obviously wants them to, but they also have to learn a new game style and stuff like that, as well as deal with a few changes, but not heaps of changes personnel-wise. But they still haven't sort of nailed down their best 22 or whatever the number is now. And it will be interesting to see how they go. But pass mark has to be play finals. Multiple stats websites, including the AFL themselves, have them ranked as the easiest fixture for the season based on last year's results. So if there's ever going to be a time, now's the time to do it. And if not, then everyone's just going to come out of the woodwork again and rag on the Suns. So
No, please.
no, please.
No, please. I think Hawks Suns at the bank is going to be a
Should be pretty good.
nice indicator for how the Suns are going at that point. Because if they're going to be playing finals, that's a game they really should be winning.
Yes.
But we'll be there to report that live in a couple of weeks' time. So we shouldn't get ahead of ourselves too much.
Finals footy being probably minimum 12 wins for the season. Probably 13 guarantees a spot. Just
I think it was
last
12
year.
based on last year.
Yeah. 12 in percentage for the Swans scraping in. And then, 13 sort of guarantees it. So, bit of work to do considering they only won 9 last year, but, not that far off. Given they won 9 or, 3 wins outside of the 8, but they were still 15th. So, pretty tough year last year all around. Pretty competitive.
I mean, hopefully it's competitive again, but hopefully they do better.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Now, I wonder if I should do a quick rattle off of player movements first before we do our season predictions, our ladder predictions.
I had a read of it, but I'm not opposed to you going beforehand. I don't think it's going to change my mind.
No, I don't think it will change your mind, but it'll be a good
it'll help the listeners.
Memory jog for the listeners. So real quick, Brisbane, Daniel Rich retired. Jack Gunston went back to Hawthorn just because he could. Little holiday up in Brisbane and then right on back. Carlton, Zach Fisher got traded to Norf, which is actually a pretty good pickup for North Melbourne. Should be pretty handy. Collingwood, Tather Adams got traded to Sydney, and Jack Ginnivan went to Hawks as well. North Melbourne, you hate to see this. Todd Goldstein leaving and going to the Bombers.
I mean, it's going to happen eventually.
Yeah.
Surely retirement's better.
He's going to
than
leave
that
eventually,
right?
I'm surprised he didn't retire with the club.
Yeah.
Or how much longer he intends to play for.
Surely it can't be more than 2 more seasons that he plays for.
Unless he wants to fall into one of those roles where the older guys like sort of play a couple of minutes and help the younger guys. And, you know, if he gets a pretty good lucrative contract off that, I can see how that would be appealing.
Possibly. Yeah, possibly. Also had Ben Mackay, which Matt's probably happy about leaving to go to the Bombers as well.
Devastating.
I've got more on that, actually.
And Jack Zeeble retired too. The end of last season.
That's a tough one. That's bittersweet.
Bittersweet.
Maybe.
But based on his performances last year, some of them were a bit so
He overstayed his welcome.
probably should have left a year before.
Yeah, it would, like, from a cold winning standpoint, he was too old and he didn't bring enough to the table. But what more can you ask out of a player, really? Like, he truly wanted to be at the club and gave it 100%. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. True.
I know it's not someone leaving the club, but Jai Simpkin just got hit by a fucking road train the other day too, so that's not going to be good for...
This is true. Don't skip ahead. Probably not great for for North Melbourne's start of the season, I'll be honest.
Oh, fuck.
Less than ideal.
Is he dead?
No. Sorry, it wasn't a real road train, no. Sorry. I thought you would have been clued into the news about your own fucking footy club.
Not at all.
It's been everywhere, dude.
He got concussed from a footballing act.
There's been an apology for said footballing act.
There has.
An apology.
Don't skip ahead.
Sorry, I did get a little bit.
Fremantle, Lockie Schultz went to the Pies, which is actually, I think, a huge loss for Fremantle, given, you know.
Yeah, facts.
He was their biggest guy every week, it seemed like.
That's great for the Pies, though.
Great for the Pies, yeah. Definitely.
I mean, you lose Ginnivan and you pick up Lockie Schultz. I don't like Lockie Schultz, but it is an improvement.
Yeah. You lose
like
aging Taylor Adams as well, and pick up Lockie Schultz and put him in there instead. Pretty good. Gold Coast traded Chol to the Hawks and Elijah Hollands to Carlton to play with his brother.
Cute.
Naughty boy. Melbourne, Brody Grundy was traded to Sydney, and Angus Brayshaw medically retired. Reason, brackets, football act, close brackets. I think the correct terminology was medically retired, but we all know why.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have been running where he was running to after he kicked the ball, I guess.
Silly sausage. You won't do that again.
It's true. He won't take another step on a football field again during a game.
He might play like...
This is a fact.
You know, he might play unprofessional footy.
Maybe.
Or is that one of those things where you're like, fuck, there's no way I'm stepping ground on
Probably not, hey.
On the Coomber Magpies again.
You just know, like, the medical system, if you got cooked somewhere along the way, would be like, pre-existing condition. Can't help you.
Toughies.
Yeah. Richmond, Jack Rewalt, Trent Cotchin, Jason Castagna, and Robbie Tarrant all retired.
Wow.
So some of their better players. Probably in for a bit of a rough year.
Hopefully
Jack's
they're a rough opening round, dude.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the end of a... What's the right word I'm looking for?
Yeah,
End of an era.
You're about to nail the landing there, dude.
Nah, but I don't think it counts because... Well, no, I guess it does. But, like, Dusty left rather than, like, retired. So it's, like, the same thing, though, right? But...
Did he leave, though?
I thought
Given that he's all over the marketing for opening round.
Dusty is still there.
He just went to fucking Bali for a bit or whatnot, didn't he?
I thought he got traded to the Suns.
No, not yet.
No, I think there was memes.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
The word that wasn't the word I was looking for. Like, Jack Rewalt is a guy that he was a name when I was a kid and sort of has played for as long as I've been watching AFL. So it's like Buddy retiring.
Low-key, I didn't know who Jack Riewoldt was when I was a kid. I
Oh.
very much knew who fucking Nick Riewoldt, though.
Yeah, Nick was a legend.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
So big outs for them. Might be a rough year ahead, and hopefully a very, very rough opening round. Sydney, Buddy Franklin retired, obviously. Tom Hickey retired to the Gold Coast, and Paddy McCartan also retired due to concussions. And Dylan Stevens was traded to North Melbourne. I think Dylan Stevens was like a number 4 pick or something like that from that season when the Swans sucked. And he'll be probably pretty handy at North. Should be very good for them.
Matt looks excited.
Yeah, he's off chops.
I'm so cut about the Jai Simpkin thing.
Oh, just you wait.
But wait, there's more.
Western Bulldogs, Josh Bruce retired. That's about it. So they'll lose, approximately 3 goals kicked from this season.
That could be the difference between them being 9th and 10th.
True. All right, sweet. With those covered, we'll do our ladder predictions. So, boys, who do we 100% think are playing finals?
Pies.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Not necessarily finishing the top of the ladder, but they're playing finals.
Yep.
And is finals, like, when we talk finals, are we talking the top 2 teams or the top 8?
We're not talking NBA finals. We did this last year. Top 8.
Yeah, I always forget. Okay.
Matt was only there once and then didn't listen to the episode back. So you got to keep in mind he has heard this less than the rest of us.
True. Fair enough. Yes. Top 8 or absolutely, top 6 and above.
Yeah,
So I thought we were doing the finals predictions first. I got my notes backwards. It's not that big of a deal.
Seems like a big deal, dude.
It's not big. It's not a big deal.
So
All right.
who do you think will be the top 2 then, Matt?
Collingwood, and they're going to win. Unfortunately,
Back to back.
Against the Suns,
Maybe.
maybe.
Bro, if I get to buy a grand final ticket with my son's membership this year, I'll be fucking...
Hell yeah, dude.
I'll be there, dude. But yeah, sorry.
What?
No, you go. I don't want to get too much into the finals thing,
No, you
unless
go.
we're doing that now.
Go for it.
I think I don't know who the top contenders are, but in terms of like if we go off last year, Brisbane are going to bust. They just will, and same with Port. Something will happen, and then the Suns on that type of new coach, young legs run, like a bit of a GWS type of thing. They'll just sneak in there somehow. No one will see it coming. But I don't think they'll be good enough to beat the Pies, unfortunately.
I would be very happy if they made the grand final.
Be pretty cool.
Yeah. Would definitely be a winning season, a pass of a season, that's for sure. The 3 that I've got absolutely will play finals: Brisbane, Pies, and GWS Giants, the G-Men.
I've got the G, man.
Are looking pretty damn good, and they have a plethora of injuries from usual starters as well, and they looked pretty bloody good in pre-season. They are playing some hard good footy, so those 3 are definite. Keelan, who do you have rounding out the top 8 potentially? Who's in the mix?
In the mix is tough, right? Because I feel like you could have some wild calls in there, but it's the Suns. The Suns aren't finishing higher than 7th or 8th, realistically, are they? So,
Yeah,
I've got.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, you reckon higher?
Well, fifth had only 13 wins last year.
But based on other teams I think are better than them, I think there's probably 7 teams better than them. So,
No, this is potentially true, but they have an easy fixture.
yeah. Okay. So there's a lot going on. I mean, I don't think the D's are going to be as much of a force.
No,
I think
No.
they're more in the mix than guaranteed finals.
for sure.
I don't even have Melbourne in my top 8.
Ooh, big call.
I've got them in 7.
Very tumultuous off-season as well. So that might...
What, they lost their weird second ruckman experiment?
Well, they lost that. They don't really have a great forward line anymore. Clayton Oliver was doing funky things. Brayshaw, got medically retired.
Max Gawn, I think, unfortunately, will just sort of be like that Yao Ming type of deal where he had this great thing and he's got the potential, but it's just not going to work out.
So something will go weird for them, I think, this season.
Yeah.
Like it won't.
I got that same feeling.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, then you could have some of the teams I've got just missing out. So if anything weird happens, I've got Adelaide flying in.
Yep. I got Crows in the mix.
Yeah. They were the highest scoring team last year, and they had approximately 1 billion close losses.
Correct. So something's got to give there. I don't trust Carlton.
I don't, but I've got them in.
I've got them in the mix,
fourth.
but they could be 5th again, or they could be 12th. It depends how straight they can kick. Not very, based on some of the preseason stuff.
Yeah, but the refs love Kerno. So
This is true.
You got it. I put him in the top 8 because of the Kerno factor.
I've done the exact opposite with someone else, actually.
I've got St Kilda in the mix, but probably because I'll be tipping against them a lot, which means they'll win.
Yeah. That's nice.
That's just the nature of the world.
And I think Geelong are missing out by a significant margin.
Yeah.
Yep, Geelong are out of there.
Yep, definitely.
Too old.
I think they'll be they'll be obviously the spots just below finals, but they'll be they'll be the 2 teams that are like just vying for spots, and then Geelong will be the first one that you're like, they never deserve to make it.
Yep. Yep.
And that might be the first year in a while that it's not a hot take saying that about Geelong. So
true. Yeah, true. I've got Sydney in the mix as well.
I've got them up there, dude.
I feel like they pretty much just upgraded most of their positions where they lost players. They significantly upgraded in ruck. And James Jordan will give them a bit of a good run. And Taylor Adams, once he's back from injury, will be very good for their midfield too. So I think they could be very good. Port Adelaide, interesting position. If they go, 0-5 again this year, Ken's gone. He's got to be gone.
Yeah. I mean, that'd probably be sensible. But you know what I say about mid-season manager changes?
What?
Don't do it.
Oh, I see.
They scare me. Just see through the plan.
I see. Fair enough. It did turn out okay for them last season after a terrible start. So we'll see. But they're the only other team I have in the mix.
I mean, that being said, the Giants did the send the coach home, and it worked out for them.
True.
And that's going to build into this year.
Yeah.
So
correct. I think the Bulldogs just miss out. If we're going on teams that are just missing out.
Yeah, sorry. I agree.
I've got the Dogs in there.
If they don't have some success, Bevo's out. He's gone for sure. He's way too
Oh,
abrasive.
yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah.
Even mid-season,
Yeah.
maybe like they probably have to win 50% of their first 6 games. Actually, I don't know. Australian
definitely don't
sport's
have
not that ruthless.
Yeah. I definitely don't have them in the mix. That's sorry, like in the top 8, but I don't even know if they're in the mix for me. I just don't. I don't know what it is about them. They don't instill much confidence in me, to be completely honest.
No.
Yeah.
No. Likewise.
I don't have Sydney in my top 8.
Ooh.
Did I got them at like top 4?
I don't know why. I'm trying to think of who I've got in there that I think it's pretty much the same, except instead of Sydney, I've got the Bulldogs.
Ballsy. Matt does like the doggies.
I do.
I really don't like that.
It's his favourite style.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
It hurt to take St Kilda out, honestly, and it hurt. What hurt the most about that probably is the fact that they realistically might not be up there again for like 10 or more years. Because
They've got a king twin, dude.
I don't see how they like fix their problems without just completely restarting everything. And or I could be completely wrong. It might just be a coach change because he's just not a good coach. He's like, as Isaac says all the time about NBA, better offense is always going to be defense, and he just seems obsessed with defense. Like, no, if we lock it down, it doesn't work. They play any better team and they lose. They get destroyed.
That's right.
I am Jose Mourinho.
I remember now. It was like, you bet the under on every St Kilda game last year.
Yeah, until it stopped working,
Yeah.
right?
I suppose
It worked for Mourinho's Chelsea.
And then they sucked forever after that.
It worked for the Invincibles for Arsenal.
When you've got to score an goal to win, I think it's fine.
Liverpool won the league, almost unbeaten.
No, for sure. I think that's like they were steaming along, and everyone's scratching their head like, man, this sucks. They just hold the ball like for 5 minutes, and there's nothing we can do about it.
Mm-hmm.
And then one coach was like, just bomb it. Like, it's like, what do you mean? Like, well, we have to play their game or whatever. It's like, no, just kick it the length of the field, and if it rolls in, then we'll win by 1 point. I don't know.
I think, to your point, Ross Lyon coming back, I'm pretty sure he's got rid of at least one person from every department of the club so far anyway.
Really?
So as far as coaches with like influence of the club goes, he's got all the control. Like, he's got rid of like their head of footy. He's got rid of someone from everywhere, basically.
You replaced board members with people that would vote to keep him
Probably.
Probably. Sorry, it's Emperor Ross Lyon now, actually. He's the mayor of St Kilda.
Supreme head coach Ross Lyon.
Yeah. So look, should we collate an 8 real quick that we all have to agree on?
Oh, that we all have to agree on. Okay.
Yeah. Not necessarily in order.
Not necessarily in order, but so Lions, Pies, Giants.
Yeah.
They're in.
I agree on those 3.
Yep.
And Suns.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sick. All right, cool. So we've got
4.
50% is pass mark. All right, moving on. No, I would like. Did you say Sydney?
I would like Sydney in there. I think they're in there.
I think it's hard to argue against that midfield and the Pap factor.
Mm.
And then also with better ruck talent now.
Better ruck talent, yeah, exactly. They might struggle to start with Luke Parker and Callum Mills out with injury early on.
I didn't know that.
But if they come back, they should be pretty bloody good. But yeah, they might be a bit lean early on.
Errol's just a machine, though, to be fair, also.
Yeah. And Chad's in there too.
Yeah. And they're both so young, aren't they? So,
if I weigh up Sydney versus Bulldogs, it's probably Sydney by a landslide as far as the teams go.
Yeah, Bailey Smith will do something stupid and get kicked out for half the season.
Aaron Norton can't kick straight.
Fact. What if that was his whole off season, just kicking?
Credit to him. That's probably what he needed to do. They're hamstrung by his 8-year deal. Have to be.
Keep forgetting about that.
Mm-hmm. So
he's set to fail, dude. With 8-year deal over his head, he's set up like Chelsea's midfield, dude.
All the pressure.
Too much pressure.
Yeah. So Lions, Pies, Giants, Suns,
Crows.
I think Crows are in.
I could throw them in. They were in the mix, so I could definitely throw them in.
Are we putting Sydney in to make 6? Matt?
I don't have Sydney, or I didn't have them, but I agree with you guys' points. And I think they'll probably be better without Buddy, to be honest.
Yeah. They were feeding him at some points. It seemed silly.
Good for the marketing budget, though.
True.
True.
Bums on seats sort of guy.
Yeah,
so
fact. Well, bums on the fucking ground
right?
kind of guy, dude. That's 6. I'd plead a case for Carlton, unfortunately.
Yeah,
could do.
I agree.
Could do. I don't trust them, but yeah.
I don't trust them, but they did play finals.
I've got Carlton as my 8th, so I don't know.
Sam Walsh missing at least the first 2 games with back injury.
Yeah, but
it's only 2 games.
Yeah.
Also, the journalists don't care about him anyway. So
no, that's true.
They've still got Paddy Cripps.
Yeah, so that'll be fine.
So
insane.
Yeah, they'll be okay. But yeah, look, I could go either way on them. I think they'll be fine.
Let's put them in.
Yeah, awesome. One more.
They have a good backline too, to be honest.
Who have we...
They're already safely in.
Who have we got on the list now, Keelan?
Remaining.
Carlton Giants, Brisbane, Collingwood Suns, Crows.
I think the last spot's tough because you've got Port and the more I think about the Saints, because they do have good talent. It just depends on if they're allowed to play.
I would take Port over Saints.
I think I would too.
As far as guys match up, I think Port has more guys. They've got more dudes than the Saints do.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's 8 then.
Mm-hmm.
In no particular order.
No particular order.
But Dan will be happy if we say Collingwood, Brisbane.
Yeah.
But Zach would have been happy if we said Brisbane, Collingwood. Fuck. Sorry, boys.
Unfortunate.
Can't get them all.
So really, our mediocre warm takes are Melbourne out, Suns in. Who else have we got out?
Dude, I think Melbourne out. Yeah, it's warm.
Might be silly.
It's not a cold take.
Yeah.
It's not a cold
Yeah,
take.
yeah.
Yeah, so not that much crazy. Were the Giants in last year?
Yeah, 7th.
Yeah, okay, so we've really just run it back, haven't we?
Pretty much.
Fuck's sake.
We know ball.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Come back in September, we know ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
Adelaide in, I think, is probably the coldest take of all.
Yeah. Given they missed by, review last season.
Yeah, and they scored 2,193 points for last year, which is pretty large.
Pretty good.
Yeah, well, okay, Mish. I do think the ladder's getting rearranged a bit, mind you, in the way that Porter dropping out. But yeah, R8 is a bit Mish.
Yep.
Should we jump down to the bottom?
Yeah, the cellar dwellers.
Yeah, so I think you've got to take into consideration the Mackay factor here.
Right.
Essendon don't have anything to cancel out the Mackay factor.
They don't.
So I think you've got to put them in bottom 4.
I would agree. My cellar dwellers are West Coast again. They haven't, shown anything really other than
Yeah, it's a good golf shot. That just like good plain, boring golf shot.
North, but not last. Maybe third last. And Essendon.
That's just a good straight drive down the field. That
Yeah, and the Bombers were my third of the
Dude,
cellar
actually,
dwellers.
we've done the same. And then I for extra sauce, throw in Freo, dude.
Ooh.
Yeah. Just for fun. Just a little wild card.
Little wild card. Freo bottom 4 action.
Yeah, you got to remember they're still trying to make it work with a pensioner in either the midfield or the forward line, wherever they end up putting him this year. And they lost Lockie Schultz.
True. Matt, what do you have as your cellar dwellers?
Richmond.
Ooh.
Oh, forgot about Richmond.
I do have West Coast, unfortunately.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The Hawks.
Sorry, did you say the Horse? They're not going to be lower than North, bro.
Perhaps.
Could happen.
Not a fucking chance, dog.
Could happen.
I'll die on this hill. You're not even wearing your shirt, bro.
I only picked 3. I didn't know if the
well.
cellar dwellers.
Yeah, I regret throwing in my 4th one because I forgot that Richmond exist. I don't think Richmond are going to be good at all.
Yeah, for sure. All right, before we get to hot take of the year, a key point put out by the AFL in rule changes was the AFL is going to be cracking down on chase down tackles where arms are pinned and heads are slammed into the ground, which is, I guess, fair. They're changing some of the classifications of, unintentional or intentional striking and stuff like that. But the biggest one is the Maynard rule, essentially, which is the AFL making the announcement that if a player tries to smother a kick, or when a player leaves the ground in an attempt to make a smother, the player's act will be deemed careless at a minimum unless the player has taken all reasonable steps to avoid high contact and or minimise the force of that high contact. For example, by adopting a body position that minimises the force of the high contact.
I don't know why you're calling it the Maynard rule. He did adopt the position that avoided the most amount of harm.
To himself,
He
true.
He could have.
He could have left his ribs
fly kicked
exposed
him.
and broken some ribs, but instead he braced for impact because someone, ran under him as he was going to smother a
How
ball.
rude.
How rude. That'll teach him. But in a sort of, I guess, similar incident, but also not really, this was more of an old-fashioned bump after a kick. The Jai Simpkin thing, Keelan, was pretty wild.
It's a huge dude.
So Matt's going to cry himself to sleep after hearing this news that Jai Simpkin was flattened by Saints player James Webster, kicking the ball right along the boundary. Webster literally just basically bumped him in the head, shoulder to the head. Didn't try and smother or anything like that, just flattened him.
The Degoe. It works.
It certainly worked. Not a good look. I imagine that Simpkin will be out for a while, and James Webster, is probably going straight to the tribunal for a decently long suspension. Even Clarko was giving him a bit of a spray at, one of the quarter breaks when the teams were in their huddles, apparently.
Nice.
I think he apologised for that, but also...
yes, but given what he said...
you get what you get.
Probably warranted. I think Clarko was giving him a spray, and then one of the other Saints players came over to give it back to Clarko. And then Clarko apparently called the other Saints player a cocksucker, which is hilarious. Reported that
1994.
Reported that it was heard by multiple players, fitness staff, and AFLW footy boss Tess McManus, who was also nearby. One onlooker described Clarkson's spray as explosive, and it was corroborated by multiple people. So he's since, apologized. Everyone's apologized essentially.
Well,
the bumper,
that's a
Clarko. Everyone's apologized to each other.
That's a compliment these days, though.
Yeah. What is there that you could be more secure in your own sexuality than sucking a cock?
Yeah.
So confident in yourself.
And in your love of women.
Yeah. But pretty funny that a coach called a player a cocksucker on the sideline.
Yeah, it's wild, isn't it? Like, you don't expect it. If it was the Prem, that Clarko would be done for 4 weeks at least.
Yeah. He'll be fine. He's from a different era. Not going to be an issue.
It would be fun.
Some other news that might cheer Matt up a little bit more. I don't know if you saw this, that Harry Sheezel signed until 2030. So a huge extension.
I did see that one.
For a young bloke.
That's pretty cool.
Nah, you know what we say about long contracts.
Nah. This guy's not like the other guy.
Yeah, because he's 14 and he signed on for 6 years, so that's probably fine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Committed. That is very committed to sign on at North until 2030.
I honestly don't know how you've done that, if I'm completely honest.
He may be moving to Hobart in, a couple of years' time.
He likes trout.
Or to Darwin. They might send the Kangaroos to Darwin.
Imagine more games being played in Darwin. The players would come back so dehydrated.
Oh, yeah. And then just to round off the bad news for North is that apparently Cam Zurhaar has reportedly put a pause on contract discussions until mid-season. And Sydney's circling because he's up for free agency at the end of this year.
Not ideal.
But
the good news is it won't affect your push for second last this year.
True. You may have some very good performances out of him, actually, coming into a contract season as a free agent. He'll be putting
Yeah,
his best foot
he'll be
forward.
wanting to look to trade up
Yeah,
pretty aggressively.
definitely. Definitely. All right. Should we do our hot takes for the year?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yep, can do.
Who wants to go first?
I think having the Suns in pick 8 has already been a hot take.
It's warm.
It's warm, at least.
It's warm at least, $2.70 odds to play finals or something like that. Not ridiculous, but not likely just yet.
That's all I got.
That's your hot
completely
take?
Honest. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, even it's probably a bit hotter to ask a 10 from the Hawks, isn't it?
Probably actually, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll put that down. Yeah. Hawks to get 10 wins.
Hawks to get 10 wins.
Easy. Yeah.
Oh, it's easy now. Not even a hot take. Just straight up easy.
Shut up. I'm just confident in my takes.
Fair enough. Matt, hot take of the year.
I've got to go with the Suns playing in the finals.
Oh, good.
Top 2.
Top two.
That is hot.
Was that actually where you have them?
Yeah.
You have them playing in the granny.
Yeah.
Fuck me, dude.
Wild.
I better clear my September, bro.
That's even hotter than my take. Which is the Gold Coast Suns to be the last undefeated team in the competition. Approximately currently $21 odds.
Wild. That feels way more hot.
Oh, yeah. Well, maybe not than play grand final, but statistically speaking, I think the Suns are paying $34 to win the grand final, but to make it, I don't know. Not sure.
Yeah, it's approximately like $13 less hot.
Yeah.
So,
but I've crunched the numbers, and it's possible with some key losses because the big dogs, the favourites that are $5 and $6 to be the last remaining undefeated team, play each other within the first 5 rounds. So unless they all draw, someone's got to lose. Key losses that need to happen: GWS lose opening round while hosting Collingwood. Not unlikely, but GWS are favourites.
that's such a big game, dude.
Brisbane have to
start the
lose
season.
to Collingwood in round 4 at the Gabba.
Are you hearing what you're saying?
Yep. And the Suns must win versus the Giants in Adelaide Hills at Gather Round.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Oh.
Like, that seems crazy.
The Suns also have to beat the Hawks.
Yeah, sure. I mean, they're going to be, 3 wins. They're going to be undefeated after 3 rounds, I guess. Opening round, win,
3.5.
hosting Richmond, hosting Adelaide, that's a win. At Ballarat, that's great conditions for the Suns against the Bulldogs. And then they have a bye. And then GWS, so they'll be rested going into Gather Round.
I mean, if they don't win that Bulldogs game, I think it'll be tough.
Well, yeah, because
obviously for the undefeated thing.
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
I mean the season. Sorry, I was just thinking about the season in general.
True.
Yeah. So they need to be winning that game because that's someone roughly around the same kind of area they were.
Yes, exactly.
Wanting to be in.
But if they get past GWS in Adelaide, which is a big ask, but it could happen.
Huge.
Then they've got the Hawks back at home, and they've beaten Sydney at the SCG before. It's possible. And then they have West Coast back at the bank. The hardest stopping point as far as matchups go is Brisbane at the Gabba.
Very tough.
Very tough match.
But also, they've won Q Clash at the Gabba before.
They have. But they would have won, if they're undefeated up to there, that's 7. And that's probably a pretty decent chance at being the last undefeated
Someone else
team.
is probably... They're all going to have lost games by then.
Yeah.
Surely.
For sure. Now, I also have a side bet with my wife that if the Suns go undefeated after round 11, she'll pay for hotel accommodation for the round 12 match against Essendon at the Bank, which would be another win.
Wow, wait.
Yep.
I was really hoping you were about to say she'd pay for flights and accommodation for the finals for all the boys.
No, I don't think so.
Ooh.
What if they're not? What do you have to give her? Actually,
Nothing.
Don't tell us.
Nothing. I'm just that confident in them this year.
That's the best kind of gamble. Where you get something and
Actually, I
you
think
don't
I've
have
got to
give
pay
away
for her
anything.
accommodation somewhere, which is fair.
For what?
I don't know.
She
Whatever.
doesn't go to the footy.
Whatever.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah. So that's probably, I'll admit, that's probably the hottest take of the podcast. But I feel like the $21 odds are too good to pass up, given all the other favourites play each other early.
Yeah.
It's definitely the hottest take, and it's the most interesting given that it's not just ladder position.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be a quick finish. It's an early season prediction.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Be interesting to keep track of.
More realistically, looking at the schedule, I think the Suns will go 14-9 around there, which could be
Probably finals.
Yep, could be as high as 5th on the ladder, with only maybe 2 or 3 losses at the Bank this season.
That'd be all right.
Yeah.
I'd be very okay with that.
Yeah.
I'd like to see 6 wins at the Bank this season. That'd be swell.
1, 2. Well, you're going to have 2 after round 1. 3 after Hawthorn's there. West Coast is there 2 weeks later.
A 10 to 6 wins. I'm not going to. I'm not going to actual round 1.
Yeah, they host Essendon.
Dude, I can't believe it's less than a week until we actually go to the footy
Pretty
again.
good.
Holy shit!
Pretty good. They last game at the Bank is Melbourne in the second last round. Melbourne could be in all sorts there, so time to strike. But the Suns have quote unquote cellar dwellers: West Coast, Essendon, Melbourne, Richmond as the last 4 games, so it could tee them up pretty well to sneak into finals if they need to.
No wonder it's the easiest fixture. We got Richmond twice.
Yeah, Richmond first and last.
Sick.
Oh yeah. Yeah, pretty good. All right. Mortal locks. What have we got?
I've got a few that I think are just like guarantees. So I couldn't really pick one. I think
you can take multiple mortal locks if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm just going to go Wood and Brisbane to be top 4.
Ooh.
I was going to say play finals, but I think they're both... That's such a weak take. That's such a weak fucking... Like, they're both definitely top 8. Like, that's like mortal
Yeah,
lock.
they're both chewing of the millennium
that
to
would
play
revive
finals.
dead people.
Yeah.
Like, it's that good. So top 4 for both of them, I think is also still pretty confident.
Kind of interesting. But could definitely see it happening.
Have I accidentally gone a little bit hot?
I don't know.
Nah. Lock it in. Collingwood and Brisbane in the top 4.
Okay. Matt, your mortal lock of the year.
Collingwood to win the 2024 season.
Now, is that to be top of the table at the end of home and away season or to win the grand final this year?
Win the grand final.
Your mortal lock is going to be Collingwood to win the grand final again.
Yeah. It's free money.
Dude.
You know you're going to die if this isn't right. That's how mortal locks work.
Any bookmaker in Australia or elsewhere with AFL markets is handing away free money. Money in your pocket today, guaranteed, for the Pies to win in 2024.
giving away free money for the current premiership odds-on favourites to win the premiership.
Yeah.
If I was a gambling man, which I am, I would potentially wait for the result of opening round, GWS hosting the Pies, with the potential of the Pies losing that one, and get slightly better odds.
What if they win?
I don't think
The odds aren't going to get that much.
the odds aren't going to close much from 550 after one round.
What if they go to 4?
You'd still take it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't believe your mortal lock is picking who wins the fucking
Grand
grand
final,
final,
yeah.
dude. I thought mine was a little bit ballsy. We've misunderstood the assignment.
I
Isaac,
thought
what's
my
your
hot take
mortal
was
lock
hot.
of the year?
My mortal lock of the year is Suns to travel to Darwin and win both their games. Mortal lock of the century. Round 9 versus North, cash. Round 10 versus Geelong. Easy as you like. Pensioners like the warmth, but Darwin's a bit too much. Bit too
I've
humid.
got one a little bit out of the box, actually, as well. Me to be really disappointed that we're not at Gather Round.
Yeah. I have a ticket, but I'm not going to be able to make it.
Yeah, it's tough.
Maybe.
Oh,
No.
anything could happen.
No, I don't think so.
Might accidentally stroll into the airport and get on a plane to Adelaide
I don't
that
think
weekend.
so. I think
whoopsies.
might have to lock in Gather Round 2025 and actually buy flights and or accommodation early.
Yeah, and keep the leave.
Yeah.
Keep the leave in. Put the leave in July.
Exactly. Or do a road trip with the boys and take like a motorhome or something.
That'd be so sick.
That'd be pretty cool.
There's lots of cool outback towns on the way too. We could stop by at the Mars Dust Bowl in Bendigo on the way just for the memes.
Matt's mortal lock, hotter than his hot take. Wild.
Yeah, I
Mine's
definitely
borderline, but-
misunderstood.
Definitely misunderstood.
Matt's gonna. This might be the last season of Matt.
Even knowing what I know now, though, I'm still that confident. I think it's upsetting, but because it's the Pies. However, they're gonna win maybe 3 in a row. They have an incredibly talented player for every position on their team, who are also young. It's just it's a little bit unfair. It's definitely, I feel like looking at, Golden State Warriors or something when they started clicking, like any of those teams that went on to win 2 or 3.
You've got big balls.
Interesting. He's gone from 1 in a row to quickly 3 premierships in a row, including a mortal lock of winning this year.
Man was wishy-washy on his take on North winning 4 games.
Yeah, and more confident in the Pies doing a 3-peat than North winning 4 games for the season.
Oh, dude. I mean, North are just that bad, sadly.
That's the clip. That's the clip. That's this week's clip. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We got the clip. We can go home. Should we tip opening round?
I think we should tip opening round. Not round 1, not round 0. Opening round. The cat's away, the mice will play. AFL delving into rugby league territory. Try and maximise.
Dude, shut
crowds.
up. Let's just tip.
How do we get back into this? It's been so long.
Been so long for what? The rest of us have been tipping the Premier League.
You.
Also,
My secret, I'm
you
always
look like you're looking
tipping.
at your computer, but it's you whip out your phone, you open the ESPN app, and you get a handful of ads.
Nah, I'm going to use the web-based version.
Oh, Christ.
Good luck.
I'm picking the underdog game 1, which
And
is
who would that be?
on Thursday night. Thursday night, Sydney against Melbourne. Somehow Sydney's the underdog by 8 cents. Math,
interesting.
4 cents.
Other
Hold Hold up, fellas. I'm just logging
Other
in.
bookmakers have it as a straight up pick'em of $1.92 per team.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I've
Is
just
it-
checked. PointsBet has Melbourne at $8 to win the thing.
What, the premiership?
Yeah. Or it could be top of the ladder. I can't tell.
No,
Doesn't actually say.
that's probably right.
It's probably premiership.
Yeah, fourth favourite.
Maybe knocking Melbourne out of the top 8 was actually all our hot take.
Possibly quite silly.
Nah, fuck 'em. It's been done.
Of note, potentially a bit of value for value hunters. St Kilda, $34 to win the premiership currently. That's going to drop.
How do I get into the group?
Have you logged
What
in
group?
and stuff?
Just
Yeah, and I click on the
Do we have any?
bad tips group.
well, you can just put your tips in,
Yeah, just lodge them and then we'll...
but also
see.
I think
Okay,
the tipping
okay.
groups is the same from last season, isn't it? So
Yeah, it
Yeah,
should
yeah.
just automatically update once the season goes live.
yeah,
So we're in the Sydney Melbourne game.
Yep.
facts.
SCG.
Excellent.
Um,
Definitely Sydney,
Sydney.
obviously.
Home factor.
Sweet, more confident than the bookies.
Yep.
Would you believe on Friday night I've got the Gabatoir taking out the Blues?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, I would believe.
The bank. Saturday afternoon. Suns.
Don't skip ahead, but we will be
Boots on the
there.
ground.
Hot dogs ready to go in the thermos.
Oh, yeah. Oh, do I...
How are we gonna? We're gonna not invigorate, not initiate. The other word, innovate. We're going to innovate the medium once again. I forgot how though. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, try and remember.
We're all going to have a thermos.
That's right. We're all going to have a thermos of dogs, and
Feed the people of Heritage Bank.
I might need to buy a new thermos because that last one leaked all over my jumper last time, and I had hot dog water all over
yeah.
my jumper at
That's
the
right.
car. That's fine. I'll head to I don't know, TK Maxx or something and find a thermos like.
Yeah, I'm going to go get a cheap one from Kmart.
For sure.
Hope for the best.
For sure. Might be quite busy crowd wise. There was suggestions for general admission people to book reserved seating tickets instead, but there is still GA bays. And as a sunscreen, I have a dedicated, position behind the goals as well.
Well, we'll be feeding the people, so I'm sure they'll make room for us.
Sure. But it's the Suns. It's the start of a new dawn on the Gold Coast.
For sure.
It's the Suns at the bank.
Dimmer's already got matching sunnies and visor. He's all in.
Yeah. And then Saturday night, Giants Stadium. There'll be dozens of fans in attendance for this one while the NRL's out of town. Giants hosting the Pies.
This is the only tough game to pick.
Yeah.
Nah, not at all.
I might even go Giants.
What did I say I needed to happen? I need the Pies to
Think
win.
you needed Collingwood to lose, didn't you?
No, I need GWS to lose. Hold on. Let me
Tough.
check the rest of their games. It's fine because the Suns will beat them in gather round anyway.
Yeah, dude.
GWS have Pies, North, West Coast, Gold Coast, and St Kilda, Carlton, and Brisbane. Tough one. Very tough game to pick. I wish teams were announced, but we're early in the week. I'm going to go Collingwood based on the injury list I saw for the Giants.
You have to.
And it's got to be
have
by
to.
less than 10 points.
Why 10?
Because Collingwood doesn't, except for the Suns last year, blow anyone out. They win close games.
True. Yeah, true.
Keelan, who are you going? Giants?
Oh, sorry, I thought I said Giants. Yeah.
May not have heard. All right.
Yeah. No, I did it. I did it before you had even considered
Excellent.
what was going down.
Excellent. All right. Little jogging of the memory of shoe-in of the week. So basically, each of us each week will select one team to win from that round that absolutely will win. At the end of the season, the person who loses the most shoe-ins for the week, or for the year, I should say, has to do a shoey of liquids concocted by the other two. I was the biggest chooser last year because I made it interesting at the end. Not good. I'd rather not do that again. So let's let's turn that around. Usual rules of you can't pick shoe-in of the week as the team versing the bottom team on the ladder. Given it's opening round and nobody is on the bottom of the ladder, I'd say we pick anyone. We've only got 4 games to pick
And
from.
all four of these games are reasonably close odds.
Yeah.
So go nuts.
Should be good. Who wants to start? Shoe-in of the week.
Should we do reverse order from last year just to keep because that's how we'll pick from now on, right? Whoever's
true.
worse. Yeah. So you would be picking verse then.
Are we going to do can't pick the same as someone else as well?
Yeah, we've got enough games to pick.
Cool.
It's going to be tough for this week, but keep it interesting.
All right. Given I was last, I'm going the Suns at the bank.
I think I won last year. I think I came from behind and snuck in.
Yeah.
So that'd be you, Matty.
Oh, man. The gab is right there. But what if they lose?
It's right there staring at you.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Oh, man, you had me so hopeful there for a moment, eh? You've left me with the two tough ones, haven't you, you bastard? It's only round one. This isn't going to change the rest of my life. So it's not even round one. It's opening round. It's like
exactly, not even round one.
I'll just pick GWS. Oh, yeah, I'll pick GWS. I'm not going to pick Sydney because of those injuries you mentioned earlier. Just in case they have a slower start.
Yep. Fair enough. Good call. And would anyone like to lob out there a goal kicker for snag baggers? Throw a little bundled together snag baggers.
I think I could give you one per team. It's just two, except for Richmond, they're not going to kick any.
How does
Charlie Curnow will be paying $1.01.
Let's check the odds.
How does it work for the first game of the season? Can we?
They're all
pick
returning
anyone?
from pre-season, so it's easy.
I mean, just take like the top 10 goal kickers, right?
Yeah, we may just do just snag baggers in general this year.
Returning does make it difficult.
Yeah. Yep.
True.
Confirmed. Charlie Curnow, $1.01 to kick and goal.
Okay, well, I'm not actually putting that in. That's fucking weak. Ben Mackay to kick. Is Ben the one at... Which one's Ben? Is he the one at Carlton?
No.
Harry Mackay to kick 3 behinds. Does that count?
I don't know if that's a market. Three
I'll
behinds does not equal a goal. Just so you know.
Dude, okay, well, he'll kick 6 behinds comfortably. Well, let's keep the theme. Charlie Cameron.
Okay.
Yeah, so Charlie.
Double Charlie. Charlie Cameron, $1.05. Not the most juicy odds yet. That's fine.
The thing about a multi, actually, is that if you just put in 50 legs...
Yeah. Easy.
You'll be fine.
Easy.
50 legs at $1.05 each. Easy money.
I'm going to go Lukosius from outside 50.
Ooh.
Ooh. He came up in conversation on the weekend, actually. Someone was complaining that no one bombs the ball from outside 50 anymore. And I said, mate, Jack
Take a look around.
It did it 5 times in one game last year, champ, all right?
Kicked 3 in the opening quarter against GWS the other week.
Did he?
Yep. 4 for the game.
Wow,
Um,
from outside 50? Or
I didn't see if they were all outside 50, no. And I'm going to go Ben Ainsworth, which will give us a bit of juice at $1.28.
Do you reckon he's doing a bit of dusty action this year?
He's definitely going to get more midfield minutes. So maybe a riskier play. He might be a good pick for later in the season if he's not kicking as many goals. Better value later on.
Mm.
Matt,
all right,
who
Matty.
do you like for goals?
Charlie Cameron, for sure.
Oh, yeah, we've done that one actually, bud.
We have?
Yeah.
I thought you did Charlie Kerner.
I did two Charlies for my picks.
Damn it. Toby will probably kick one.
Toby Green, GWS Giants,
Yeah.
$1.06.
Oh, you could... It'd be kind of rude not to go the other small, loud dude in the competition. It's in a different game, though.
I mean, man.
He knows Isaac by name.
It'd be cool. I'll bring up the odds because it'd be cool to see like who you actually could make money off.
Basically,
Not
none
getting
of the
anywhere with
people
these.
we've selected so far.
No, not getting
Yeah, and
anywhere
my
with
next,
these
my next
$1.06.
selection was Tom Papley going off theme alone because you picked
Not bad.
Toby Green. So I was like, oh, yeah.
Out of the 5 we've selected so far, they multi up to $1.86 for 5 legs. Horrendous.
You can get $1.50 with Meso. Loves a goal.
Coxie.
Yeah.
Is he only paying
And he-
$1.50?
Yeah. And Nick's paying $1.60. Not bad.
That's not going to make much difference on $1.86, though, to be fair. It's still going to be weak as piss multi.
It'll be a lot better than it was, though.
Yeah.
Goey, 167.
Nick Holman. Nick Holman, $1.50.
Ooh.
Not bad.
Yeah. Bit of Hollywood.
I reckon he'll turn up for the opening season game.
You want him in there as your...
Brody Grundy.
Oh, Flanders $1.99.
Brody Grundy legitimately might be good value.
Brody Grundy revenge game. Not a bad shout.
What's he paying?
He's not in the immediate top of the list. Hold on.
Perfect. Put him in.
$2.25.
Oh, look at that. This multi's going places.
2 Tukes on $2.50.
Oh, yeah, he's not.
Not a big goal scorer.
No.
We'll see this season, but yeah.
That's it. Gambling's all the way back, boys.
Exactly. So, Matt, who would you like as your confirmed second pick? So we've each got 2 legs.
Who was my first guy?
Toby Green.
That's
Chalk.
right. I mean, can I take that back?
Sure.
Oh, I also want to take one of mine back. Kerno seems weak. I can do it. I can type. I'm getting rid of Kerno and putting in Brody Grundy to keep it interesting. And I'm also going to derail the multi first game of the season.
Brody Grundy. All right.
That game starts in less than 3
That's
days.
so good.
Footy wins.
That is pretty cool.
All right, Matt, did you want to take Toby Green off? Is that what you said?
Yes. Yes, please.
Okay. Who would you... All right. Matthew, starting again. Your 2 picks.
Hang on. I got
Fuck
3,
it.
I reckon.
He's got 3. Okay.
No, you get 2. We're keeping it consistent
There's
now.
3
You
of
get
us.
2 now
So
until the
let's
end of
do
the
3
season.
picks each.
No, stop
No,
it.
more legs, more juice.
I've I've got
Oh, yeah,
450 odds
all right.
on these three.
Okay.
All right, 3 each.
All right, who have you got, Matt?
Okay.
Pretty juicy. Nick Dacos loves a goal. Mesa will kick one. Noah Anderson.
Anderson.
Mr. Anderson.
Power play 486. Oh.
Anderson loves a goal against Richmond. Just quietly.
He does.
All right. Grundy, Cameron, Lukosius, Ainsworth, Cox, Dacos, Anderson. I need one more. Who have we got?
One
Tall
more.
Timber. the long boy. He might actually pay well.
There's so many long boys. Brisbane has 5.
Yeah, no, he is playing for Brisbane.
Surely not
Hipwood.
Hipwood.
Oh.
Because
it's dead. It's over.
There's gambling.
No,
and
that's
then
the thing.
Just throwing money
That's the thing.
away.
Take Hipwood because he's really not guaranteed to kick a goal.
And you get great value of $1.17 from his sharpshooting boot.
Wait, actually, it's only $1.17. Oh, okay, I'm getting rid of him. He's gone. He's out.
That
He's
is
out.
the guy in
He's
the corner
done.
flipping the nickel. They're just taking your money.
I think a decent shout actually is either Zach Bailey or Lincoln McCarthy for okay odds.
Wow. $1.17.
What's Hugh McCluggage paying?
Ooh.
$1.94.
Probably not great.
Pretty
Really?
good.
Yeah, let's go McCluggage.
Yeah, McCluggage.
He is.
I've
He's
success.
the-
I was trying
He's
to pick
the
one from
most
different games.
accurate, inaccurate goal kicker of all time, though.
You talking about Eric Hipwood again?
I'd like $10 on a double Hipwood and McCluggage. Say no more.
They'd take that money so fast.
Where'd my $10 go?
You lost.
I can only
Told
imagine
you.
they'd take it as fast as the dude that streaked at the Super Bowl withdrew
Oh yeah, absolutely.
immediately.
So here's how ridiculous Hipwood at 117 is, right? Second and third favourites in the Swans Melbourne game are Logan McDonald and Tom Papley, both at $1.19. Noted goal scorers, accurate kicks.
Loves a goal. The Pap.
Loves a goal. I'm going to put the Pap in there.
Yeah. Pappy. Just put Pappy. You'll understand.
Works. All right, so we've got...
No, with an I. It's Spanish in it. Yeah.
We've got Charlie Cameron, Lukosius, Ainsworth, Grundy, Cox, Dacos, Anderson, McCluggage, Papley. Nine
much?
legs at 43.76 to 1.
I've noted it down so that next week we can come back, review this, and go, we could have made you guys easy money.
Exactly.
Bet with your head not over it.
That's right. Maybe we should make a Stormin The Beach sports bet group.
Or?
Do I have to make an account then?
Yes.
Well, then probably not.
You can
gonna
write it
do
off as entertainment.
Oh, dude, no
You
way.
can write off all your losses.
Sick, dude. I don't need any other hobbies that involve spending money and getting nothing back.
Nah. When these absolute guarantee snag baggers multis hits, look, you've got 43 times your money right there.
All right. Hey Siri, download PointsBet, Sportsbet, Neds, TAB. Yep, install them. Yep, place the multi. All right. Wow, that's 2 hours of AFL, just like the fans wanted.
How good. We're back. We're all the way
We're
back.
baby. Should we we'll have a brief little segue to
It's football, innit?
just a quick little stop in, just to remind everyone that football in it is still happening. and I'd like to point out that Nottingham Forest had a big whinge about the refereeing against Liverpool the other day, which Isaac said was a bit rich.
Yeah, noted whinge guy here.
So they were complaining that Liverpool got the ball on the restart after the game was stopped because of a medical situation.
Right.
Forest had the ball when the whistle was blown. Right.
Okay.
If the whistle was blown like 2 seconds, like half a second earlier, it would have been Liverpool's ball. But the medical thing was because Konate got kicked in the head by a Forest player. So he's probably lucky he didn't get done for some sort of dangerous tackle and get a yellow card, to be completely fair. And that's all I'd like to point out. There's a very wild screenshot of, he's basically getting Karate Kid crane kicked in the head. So yeah, and honestly, Forest don't need the win, dude. Like, I get not liking Liverpool, but you can't seriously want City to win the fucking league.
No,
do you?
true.
Come on, grow up.
Yeah.
I just can't wait until we get to the last match today of the week and they just drop, a 1 billion point deduction on City.
I'd be,
wouldn't that be nice?
I'd be so happy with that.
But not until after their last game finishes.
That would ruin it. That would ruin it so hard. If it's close until then, that would ruin it so hard. But it'd be tough for it to be close because we've got a potential 6-point swing.
Yeah.
This weekend. You've noted down for Spurs. I don't give a fuck.
This is huge for top 4 Spurs bettors. 6-point swing.
It's also huge for Liverpool Premier League future bettors because it's Liverpool v City on the weekend.
Interesting.
At approximately 1 a.m. on Sunday or something ridiculous. So
I mean, either way, if Liverpool drop this one, that's fine. They can just focus on Europa League, and that'd be great.
Okay, that's good for you.
Yes.
I want Klopp to leave with 4 fucking trophies this season. The Guad. But yeah, so that's potentially a huge game. Liverpool have some outs. But this team are mentality monsters, mate. They've said it once. They've said it again. They're going to get the W. It's Anfield, mate. It's new, improved Anfield. City will have no idea what's going on. They've never heard a stadium so loud.
Yeah.
They've never had a trophy parade as loud as Anfield.
Anfield all the way back, hey, Matt?
Absolutely.
Nobody goes into Anfield and wins or draws anymore.
How do I fade these ones down? Who are you referring to?
Okay. All the backing behind Liverpool. That would be great.
Thank you for your consideration. Everyone's a little bit worried that Alisson's out, but I'd like to point out that Liverpool currently have an ice cold Kelleher between the sticks. That's a play on ice cold killer. He's red hot though. He has faced what would have been 5.76 goals over the last 3 games, and all 3 games have been clean sheets. So that's 5.76 shots that were so good they should have been goals.
Pretty good then.
And he said, absolutely fucking not today, mate. Kept them all out. So, please keep them all. And that's football. Mostly just me trying to manifest some good things.
Fair enough. That's
I was just going to confirm the time for that game because if it is 1 a.m. Sunday, I'm not watching it, unfortunately. It's 1:45 Monday. It'll only ruin my work day.
Mondays are bad anyway, so it's not, not terrible.
Yeah. No.
I might turn the aircon on, condense the inside of my house mode.
Yeah, exactly.
On purpose and just watch the football. Well, that brings us to the end.
How good. Footy season is upon us.
Who's flip? I feel like it's my flip.
Recaps.
I think it's or Isaac's.
So
It might be
Let's
Isaac.
have a quick look.
Or you're recapping all the footy news in one quick clip. You're doing it for the gram?
No, I was going to say footy recaps will be back next week. Match recaps. Time on.
Mm.
Hope they're all
Nice and easy. I actually quite like having 4 games for the
nice little
first thing because we can ease back into it.
Little toe in first. All right, let's have a little look. See here. It is my flip.
I got you.
First flip of March. Keelan temperature.
My watch is in bedtime mode. Let me just unlock it real quick. Ooh, it was top of 31 today.
Same as last week.
Currently 23 though in the Greater Oxenford region.
Alrighty.
Dox myself.
You got the flip already?
I do. Yep. Here we go.
Interesting. Probably shouldn't be screen sharing pornographic images for the YouTube video.
Yeah. So I meant to mention this earlier and I completely forgot. And then when I went to share the tab, I saw I had the tab open. Jack Ginnivan's clearly making his mark on the Guernsey team because even the limited like Legends jersey is coming out
Long
in
sleeveys.
long sleeve. I mean, like obviously Sicily wears long sleeve too, but Clarkson, that might have been why he had a crack aggressively on the sideline of the day because he's got pent up aggression because of all these long sleeves on the Hawks store.
Yeah. Probably true.
Can you see the correct tab now?
Are we still looking at Hawks Guernseys? If so, yes.
I just press share this tab instead. Oh, it's just frozen up.
What?
Oh no.
One thing I don't particularly rate, I understand why the sleeves like go hooping instead of stripes as they go down, because, you know, but I don't rate it. It certainly doesn't look great.
I think it looks perfect. Oh, fucking. Hello, can you see me? Can you hear me? Because my ping test, my aggressively consistent ping test says that while Riverside reckoned I dropped out there for a moment.
I don't
didn't.
think you did.
I lost everything on my end.
See.
Yeah, sorry. I even closed the fucking tab. It's all falling apart.
All falling to pieces. I bet the listeners can't wait until the match recaps next week and see what other World War information Matt's researched during the off-season to put into his recaps.
Oh, I didn't think about that. That's cheeky.
It's a win-win for footy fans and history buffs.
Can you see my coin flip website?
Yes.
Lovely. Shall we do it?
Yeah.
Are you ready? It didn't go.
Okay. Tails.
Tails, wow.
Beauty.
Come on,
Bit of
man.
a streak here, boys. 3 tails in a row. You both
I can't wait for
you
next
both
week.
love and hate to see it. Starting March off right.
I actually disagree.
I am now 20 and 12 lifetime.
You know what they say? That's when the world ends.
Who the Mayans?
2012, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Weren't quite right, were they? As a team, we are 52 and 43.
Not bad.
It's good. I'd be happy with that record.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right. That's it. See you next week.
Just going off.
Cheerio.